We often fall into a specific cognitive trap. We look at AI progress today, we assume it has completely stalled out. We keep looking for bigger brains. We expect massive leaps in raw intelligence.
Right, generalized intelligence.
Exactly. But the frontier is shifting right beneath our feet. 2-sec silence. It is not just getting smarter anymore.
Yeah.
It is getting shockingly cheap and impossibly fast.
It really is a complete paradigm shift. We are watching the floor drop out on computation costs. The whole industry is pivoting right now.
Welcome to the deep dive. We are exploring a massive structural shift today. AI efficiency is completely rewriting the economic rules.
It changes how you will work tomorrow.
We have some incredible sources to unpack for you.
It paints a very clear, very disruptive picture.
We absolutely do. Here is our roadmap for today's exploration. We are looking at a fundamental shift in efficiency.
Right.
First, SpaceXAI is dropping prices aggressively with Grok 4.5. Then Anthropic has a clever agent routing trick.
That trick slashes enterprise costs in half.
After that, OpenAI's new latency-killing voice architecture. And finally, a rapid-fire look at how this hits the market.
The narrative thread here is vital to understand. We are finally leaving the brute force era. We are entering the age of highly orchestrated AI.
Hyper-efficient, invisible intelligence.
Absolutely.
Let's start with raw underlying cost efficiency. We need to look at the foundation model level.
Right.
SpaceXAI, which obviously used to be XAI, just made a massive move. They released Grok 4.5.
And they built this entirely from scratch. It is a brand new foundational architecture. They abandoned the old legacy structures completely.
What fascinates me is the intentional design constraint. It is an Opus-Class model in terms of power.
Yeah.
But it is entirely laser-focused. It targets coding, complex problem-solving, and deep knowledge work.
That focus is definitely not an accident. They want this model doing real heavy lifting.
Right.
They didn't build a conversational poet. They built a specialized logic engine.
We have to mention the recent acquisition here. It provides the crucial context for this release.
Oh, yeah.
SpaceXAI just bought the coding platform Cursor for $60 billion. Beat. Let that staggering number sink in for a moment.
It is an astronomical amount of capital, but structurally, it makes perfect sense for their endgame.
So they didn't just buy a popular coding tool.
No.
They trained Grok 4.5 directly inside that environment. They built the brain and the tool simultaneously.
Right, and that changes the fundamental physics of the model.
How so?
It is like stacking Lego blocks of data. The model natively understands the exact software environment it will live in.
That brings us to the actual cost metrics. This is where the economics get truly wild. Running this model costs just $2 per million input tokens.
And only $6 for the output side.
Let me clarify that concept quickly for you. The individual chunks of words the AI generates as its answer.
Exactly.
And $6 for a million of them is basically zero.
It is essentially utility pricing. Compare that rate to top-tier industry rivals.
Like Fable 5 or GPT 5.5.
Those frontier models charge $30 to $50.
For the exact same volume of output.
It is a massive difference in operational overhead.
But the story isn't just the price per token. It is how Grok 4.5 actually consumes them.
Yeah, the model is highly disciplined.
It uses significantly less compute to solve problems.
On major coding benchmarks, it uses 4 times fewer output tokens.
To get the exact same mathematical job done, 4 times less computational waste.
It is incredible.
How is it doing that mechanically?
Because it was trained inside Cursor's environment. It learned to write tighter, much cleaner code. It solves the architectural problem without rambling or over-explaining.
So you are paying significantly less per token.
And you are buying far fewer tokens overall.
It is compounding exponential saving.
It is a radically deflationary event for software development.
Right now, Grok 4.5 is targeting the absolute sweet spot. The performance-to-cost ratio is frankly insane.
Yeah.
It is like buying a hyper-tuned supercar for the price of a bus ticket.
You get elite, frontier-level logic capabilities, but you pay baseline utility rates.
When you look at the benchmark tests, it holds up. It performs right alongside industry leaders in raw coding.
Right. It handles complex, multi-step agent tasks beautifully.
And it is already live on Grok Build. It is integrated seamlessly into the Cursor IDE.
It is even rolling out as a native plugin.
You can use it in everyday Microsoft tools, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint.
High-end AI is officially a cheap commodity.
It is ubiquitous now. It sits silently everywhere you work.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this, though. does that tiny gap in top-tier performance actually matter to everyday user?
No, the massive cost savings completely outweigh slight performance dips for most people.
That makes a lot of sense. So SpaceXAI focused on making the raw model cheaper,
Right.
but Anthropic took a completely different architectural route.
They did. Anthropic is focused on making the process cheaper.
They are relying on highly intelligent routing. They are abandoning the brute force approach entirely. Let's look at their flagship model, Fable 5.
Fable 5 is Anthropic's most powerful, heavy-hitting model.
But it's also extremely expensive to run.
Yeah.
Pushing every single user query through it burns enterprise budgets fast.
It is massive overkill for 90% of tasks.
So Anthropic revealed two specific clever engineering patterns.
Right.
These patterns get you 96% top model performance, but they do it at roughly half the cost.
And they natively support these patterns in Claude Managed Agents.
Let's break down pattern 1 first. They refer to this internally as Fable as advisor.
In this setup, the cheaper Sonnet 5 does all the heavy lifting.
Right. The lighter model grinds through the actual execution.
Yeah.
It only calls Fable 5 once per task. It just asks for strategic guidance.
The benchmark results here are genuinely fascinating. On complex coding tests, it hits 92% of Fable's performance.
But it only costs 63% as much.
That is a massive optimization for large engineering teams.
It is an incredibly elegant efficiency gain.
It really is.
Then we have pattern 2, Fable as orchestrator.
Yeah.
This one is mechanically my favorite approach.
It is a brilliant, highly scalable architectural design.
In pattern 2, Fable acts as the master planner. It takes the complex goal and breaks it into smaller, manageable pieces.
Right.
Then, a swarm of Sonnet 5 workers executes those individual pieces.
Because of this, most tokens are billed at the much cheaper Sonnet rate.
On heavy research tasks, this hits 96% of Fable's performance.
And the total cost, just 46%.
You are getting frontier-level intelligence orchestration, but you are paying less than half the sticker price.
It is completely changing the enterprise math.
It is exactly like running a Michelin star restaurant kitchen.
How do you mean?
Well, Fable is the executive head chef designing the menu. The Sonnet models are the sous chefs chopping the vegetables.
Right, because you do not pay the head chef $500 an hour to dice onions.
Exactly. I have to offer a vulnerable admission here, though. I still wrestle with prompt drift myself when trying to chain complex tasks.
Yeah.
You build these complex agent chains, and they just lose the plot halfway through.
We all experience that. Chaining autonomous agents usually leads to massive context degradation.
But Anthropic solved this by rethinking memory entirely.
They use isolated context caching.
Each sub-agent keeps its own dedicated cache.
This is a critical mechanical detail to understand. Usually, AI rereads the whole conversation history every single turn.
Which means you pay for the exact same text repeatedly.
Exactly. Caching freezes that memory in place.
Right.
Repeated context is simply not paid for twice.
You can pin these specific models in your sub-agent definitions.
You just configure the model field directly in Claude Code.
It finally opens up production-scale AI pipelines. You can run multi-step complex workflows without bankrupting yourself on the frontier model bill.
It is a total game changer for enterprise adoption.
So tell me this, does keeping a separate cache for each sub-agent really save that much money?
Yes. You stop paying repeatedly for the AI to read the exact same instructions.
That is brilliant. We are going to pause right here. We will be right back after this short break.
Stay with us, sponsor.
Welcome back. We have looked at solving raw cost.
We have.
We have explored solving process efficiency. Now let's tackle the ultimate user experience problem.
Latency. It is the silent killer of digital immersion.
It really is. We are looking at OpenAI's newly released GPT-Live.
Yeah.
This effectively signals the death of latency in voice AI.
It is a massive structural upgrade to the old ChatGPT voice feature.
OpenAI didn't just tweak the old code.
No, they didn't.
They rolled out a completely new native full-duplex architecture.
And it utilizes their GPT 5.5 reasoning engine.
That shift to full duplex changes the entire interaction dynamic.
It completely ends that miserable old loop.
You know the exact one I mean. You speak, you wait for it to process, then it speaks.
That terrible robotic walkie-talkie mode.
It is entirely gone now. GPT-Live uses genuine active listening. It will gently drop casual while you talk.
It offers a quick, got it, just to show it's tracking your logic.
And if you pause to gather your thoughts, it waits.
It senses the cadence. It does not blindly interrupt you.
It finally feels like an actual synchronous human conversation.
But the real technical magic here is the dual architecture.
Right. The system is seamlessly handling two distinct things at once.
It is actively splitting the cognitive load in real time.
A lightweight, specialized model handles the quick conversational banter instantly.
It is utterly frictionless.
But what happens when you make a deeply complex request?
Say you ask it to perform a multi-step agentic web search.
It immediately hands the hard logic off.
GPT 5.5 takes over that heavy compute in the background.
Whoa. Imagine the model seamlessly chatting with you while searching the entire web in the background.
It is mechanically incredible.
Yeah.
It keeps the surface-level conversation flowing smoothly with you.
You never actually feel the computational delay.
Right.
It is hiding the massive heavy lifting behind a completely natural conversation.
It is a brilliant psychological trick to maintain user immersion.
And while you are talking, the interface does more.
Oh, the visuals are great.
The app now pops up rich visual cards on your screen.
Live weather forecasts, interactive maps of nearby locations.
All of this data instantly appears while you just chat naturally. It feels deeply natively integrated into the phone.
They also significantly improve the underlying audio processing algorithms.
It features much better background noise isolation.
It zeroes in on the specific frequencies of your voice perfectly.
It also includes real-time, robust safety guardrails directly in the audio stream.
They added built-in parental controls.
That is a huge catalyst for broader household adoption.
They are rolling this entire architecture out in distinct tiers.
Free users get a highly optimized, lighter version.
Right.
They are calling it GPT-Live 1 Mini.
It is still full duplex. It remains incredibly fast.
But paid users on Plus, Pro, and Go tiers get the heavy hitter.
The full GPT-Live 1 becomes their default everyday voice mode.
By passing that hard logic to a background process, OpenAI solved the robotic assistant problem completely.
It is just a seamless, invisible utility now.
So, looking back at the engineering, why was the old half-duplex walkie-talkie mode so immersion-breaking for humans?
Human conversation overlaps naturally. Waiting your turn to speak feels robotic and completely unnatural.
That is a great way to put it. Now let's examine the broader ripple effect.
The ecosystem updates.
Exactly. These massive efficiency gains are violently hitting the global tech ecosystem right now.
The entire software landscape is shifting rapidly to adjust.
When latency drops and efficiency spikes, a massive vacuum opens up. Let's look at how the ecosystem is rushing to fill it. Let's start with open source.
Anthropic is making a highly strategic move here.
They are giving eligible, high-impact open source maintainers massive free access.
They are granting Claude Max 20x for a full 6 months.
That equates to a $1,200 computational value per developer.
If you run a major open source infrastructure project, it is a huge developmental boost.
It accelerates the whole space. Next, let's talk about digital provenance and safety.
Yeah.
Google's Synth Day just proved its actual worth in the wild.
This was a fascinating, unscripted, real-world stress test.
A highly viral fake hospital photo of Mitch McConnell was rapidly circulating online. But the Synth invisible watermark caught it immediately.
How does that actually work at a technical level?
It essentially embeds an imperceptible cryptographic pattern directly into the pixels of the generated image.
Right.
The detector reads that pattern perfectly, even if the image is cropped or compressed.
It debunks the viral image entirely.
The safety protocol functioned exactly as designed.
That is a crucial win for information provenance.
Next, look at the media tools dropping. Seedream 5.0 Pro is live.
Better text rendering and full multilingual support.
And Google Photos added Gemini Omni Video Remix.
You can seamlessly relight clips and swap backgrounds.
You can even apply watercolor or oil styles instantly.
Also, ChatGPT for PowerPoint is now generally available.
It can draft and summarize full slide decks.
The enterprise startup scene is also exploding.
Look at Lovable. They are raising $300 million.
At a $13.2 billion valuation.
With $500 million in annualized revenue, the growth is staggering.
It really is.
Now let's pivot and look at the broader geopolitical business landscape.
There is serious friction developing on the global stage right now.
China is reportedly weighing strict new foreign use limits on their domestic APIs.
This specifically targets top-tier AI models from giants like Alibaba, ByteDance, and Zippo.
They are heavily restricting how these models can be accessed internationally.
This means cheap, global API access to powerful models like Kunwen might suddenly end.
Or GLM 5.2, developers worldwide rely on those open-weight architectures.
It is a significant, potentially fracturing geopolitical development for AI infrastructure.
Finally, let's look at how this trickles down to everyday niche tools.
The friction to generate polished content is just disappearing entirely.
There is Explore YC, an API for over 6,000 YC and A16 startups.
There is Ivy Forms for drag-and-drop WordPress automation.
Willow Frontier Pro and many are delivering ultra-fast AI dictation.
And then look at a new tool like Bono AI.
This one is mechanically very clever.
It literally turns a casual 10-minute voice conversation into a month of content.
Full structured blogs.
Highly optimized LinkedIn posts. Formatted email newsletters.
And it dynamically models everything in your specific, authentic voice.
The cost of generating high-quality knowledge work is plummeting to zero.
We are seeing the democratization of elite digital production capabilities.
Absolutely.
Let me pause you there before we wrap up. Of all these ecosystem updates, which one signals the biggest geopolitical shift?
China restricting foreign access to their models could fracture the global open-source AI market.
It is definitely a massive macro trend you need to watch closely.
Yeah.
We have covered a vast amount of ground today. Let's bring all these threads together.
It's absolutely time to look at the big picture.
We are officially moving out of the brute force experimental era.
Hmm.
Raw, massive model size is no longer the single path to intelligence.
Architectural efficiency is the new definitive frontier.
We saw massive, industry-rattling price cuts with SpaceXAI's Grok 4.5.
High-end foundational logic is now available for mere pennies.
We saw Anthropic's brilliant architectural routing strategies,
Fable and Sonnet working seamlessly in tandem.
slashing enterprise computing costs without sacrificing an ounce of quality.
And we saw OpenAI effectively solve the latency problem with GPT-Live.
Processing heavy agentic logic deep in the background while chatting with you completely naturally.
High-end AI is rapidly becoming an invisible, frictionless utility.
It is becoming as cheap and ubiquitous as electricity.
Yeah.
But this leaves us with a deeply profound question, something for you to deeply consider as you go about your day.
It actively challenges our fundamental economic role.
If the underlying cost of high-level intelligence drops to practically zero and interaction latency completely disappears, what happens to the inherent value of human knowledge work?
Beat.
It is arguably the defining socioeconomic question of this decade.
If the AI can write the complex software architecture, if you can do the deep, nuanced market research for absolute pennies, is our only remaining value as humans simply being the high-level orchestrators of these agents?
Are we just head chefs managing a vast digital kitchen?
I want you to look closely at your own daily workflows this week.
Right.
Look at the mundane tasks sitting on your desk. Ask yourself this question honestly.
Yeah.
Which of my tasks should be handled by a sous chef agent tomorrow?
The foundational tools are completely ready for you.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Stay curious out there. Outro music.